When Liam first stepped into the old Victorian house on Elm Street, he was charmed by its character. The creaking floors, the tall, dust-moted windows, the faint scent of cedar and time itself. He spent the first week settling in, mapping out every nook and cranny of his new home. But as he compared the physical space to the faded blueprints he'd been given, he noticed something was off. In the upstairs hallway, tucked away behind a peeling floral wallpaper, was a small, child-sized door. It was made of a dark, unfamiliar wood, with a tarnished brass knob, but no keyhole. It wasn't on the blueprints. It wasn't supposed to be there. This anomaly, this uncharted space, was a splinter in the otherwise perfect picture of his new life, and it immediately captivated him. Days turned into a week, and Liam's initial curiosity festered into something more intense. During the day, the door was just a strange architectural quirk. But at night it seemed to come alive. Faint, almost inaudible whispers would slither from the cracks around its frame, like the rustling of dry leaves or the hushed murmur of a distant crowd. Sometimes a soft, rhythmic scratching would join the chorus, a sound like tiny claws dragging against wood. Sleep became a luxury he could no longer afford. He would lie awake for hours, his gaze fixed on the hallway, his mind consumed by the single burning question: what was behind that door? His work began to suffer, and friends who called found him distracted, his conversation always circling back to the strange feature in his home. The door had become his singular, all-consuming obsession. His fixation drove him to search the house for answers. In a dusty chest in the attic, tucked beneath a pile of moth-eaten linens, he discovered a small, leather-bound diary. The entries, written in a shaky, elegant script, belonged to a woman named Elara, who had lived in the house a century before. He skimmed through pages detailing her daily life, until a particular entry, dated October 31st, 1898, made his blood run cold. She wrote of the same small door, the same unsettling whispers that haunted her nights. Her final entry was a desperate, stark warning, the ink smudged as if by a trembling hand. It read simply, "The whispers promise knowledge, but the silence that follows is a price too steep." Some doors are meant to remain unopened. A chilling premonition settled over Liam, a sense that he was standing on the edge of a precipice. For a moment, the warning held him back. But the scratching grew louder that night, the whispers more insistent, almost calling his name. The unknown was a siren song he could no longer resist. Ignoring the frantic scribbles of a woman long dead, Liam grabbed a crowbar from his toolbox. His heart hammered against his ribs as he jammed the tool into the door's edge. The old wood groaned in protest, splintering under the pressure. With a final, desperate heave, the lock gave way, and the door swung inward with a deafening silence. The scratching stopped, the whispers vanished. He peered into the darkness, expecting a cramped closet or a bricked-up wall, but found neither. Beyond the threshold was not a room, but a breathtaking, terrifying emptiness. It was a swirling, silent vortex of deep purples and blacks, a patch of the void itself, cut into the fabric of his home. There was no sound, no wind, just a gentle, inexorable pull. It didn't yank or snatch at him, it simply beckoned, an invitation to step into nothingness. Liam stood frozen, his mind unable to process the cosmic horror before him. The pull intensified, and his feet began to slide forward against his will. His grip on the doorframe loosened as the silent cosmic tide drew him over the edge. The last thing the hallway witnessed was his shape dissolving into the swirling darkness. Then, with a sharp, definitive click that echoed through the empty house, the small door slammed shut.